I was about to eat lunch when I saw my wife in the kitchen, even though she had already died. I flinched, looked again, and she was still there. My daughter looked over but saw nothing. From that day on, my wife's figure stayed in this home, cooking, doing laundry, and tidying up. I could not touch her, and I could not communicate with her. She only repeated the same daily routines from when she was alive. Fear started to grow in me, and guilt rose with it. I often ignored her because of work. I found a friend who studies brain science. My friend guessed it was a memory afterimage, and that a powerful fixation had locked those fragments into time and space. Only people whose consciousness resonates can see it. What I was seeing might have been a playback of the last 3 years. Those 3 years were exactly when I neglected my family the most. My friend warned me that the playback had a time limit. After 3 years ended, the afterimage would disappear. I would face a second goodbye. The next day, she got ready to go out, and I quietly followed. She went into a hospital, then came out, drained and adrift. She stood by the street and called me, and the call went unanswered. This was the day 3 years ago when she got the diagnosis. That day, I was busy with social engagements. I rejected the call, and I never called back afterward. My heart felt like it was being cut. Guilt forced me to make a decision. I quit the job I had fought for 33 years and went home to stay with her memory afterimage. Later, she took out some money from a hidden corner, dressed up, and went out, and I followed behind. She walked into a Western restaurant and ordered an afternoon tea set for one. I understood that this might have been her only indulgence. She lived frugally, saved the money, and kept it as a wedding dowry for our daughter. She seemed to remember something, turned around, and walked back. She sat down on a bench and looked toward the distant tracks. An older person who often took walks came over and chatted with me. The older person said a lady used to come here on time, and they often talked here. I told the older person that she had already died. The older person sighed and said we must have been very happy. She had been waiting to wave to me from the tram as I came home from work. I remembered it. It was the promise we made when we had just gotten married. I had forgotten that promise long ago, but she held to it for decades. Every day she waved here, waving at trains that no longer carried me. She kept waiting for me, and I made her wait for so long. The parting still came in the end. One late night in the 3rd year, I found that she was gone. I found a curled up figure on a park bench. That figure was in sleepwear, sitting there in a daze. That day, she was ironing clothes and suddenly went to check the household expense ledger. The iron was still plugged in. I wanted to unplug it for her, but I could not touch it. I ran to her side and tried to warn her to run. She smelled something burning and fled outward, but turned back at the doorway. She pulled out a metal box where she kept her hidden money. I thought she was being greedy. I saw clearly that what she wanted was our photo. It was the photo of us proposing in front of a gorilla. I broke down and cried. I knelt on the ground. I prayed to heaven. I asked for my wife's memory to hear my voice.